Radio Raheem here in London with Lucus Browne, who's come to face none other than Dillian Whyte right behind us, man. At least you guys are cordial enough to be working out at the same time and not get into a row. The press conference, though, got a little heated.
I think from his point of view, he needed to sell the fight. So, and I don't. I just have to turn up and fight, you know what I mean? So the pressure is definitely on him in that regards as well. So I think the press conference for him was the first step to sort of try and sell it.
It seemed a little sincere on his part, but do you feel like when you guys faced off and whatnot, is there any real animosity there?
I think personally, like, I don't know what he's like in real life, don't get me wrong, you know what I mean? But from what I see and what I've sort of been involved in, I don't like him. I just don't like the person that he is, and I don't think he likes the fact that I have an opinion on that. So that's sort of where it stems from, you know what I mean? So it's nothing personal, so to speak, but it is just the way he conducts himself I don't like, yeah.
Now, what about the fighter that he is? He used to be heavier, less nimble. He's showing us some footwork in there, so he's slimmed down a bit. Does that concern you at all?
Not really. It does depend on how he sort of performs against me, like, and with what I bring to him as well. I could fight two different people and they'd both fight differently just because I might bring something different, you know what I mean? So he's got to deal with my jab, he's got to deal with my power and all that sort of thing, so that then he can sort of wherever he comes out after that, you know what I mean? So he might run away, he might come closer, he might want to hug, like, there's all sorts of things. So I think it depends on how he handles my power and my jab and things like that.
Now, we've got to be fair about this, and we know that boxing is a business. Mm-hmm. This is a fight set up for him to win. They want him to move on, have a heavyweight championship title shot, and the road's kind of starting to clear for him, and you're standing in the way of that. Do you feel like if we go to the judges, that the judges will be fair? Do you feel like this promotion, everything has been even for you?
Matchroom itself is sensational. They always are. They've always treated me very well. I've fought over in the UK 6 times now, and I think 3 or 4 of those have been on Matchroom cards. So I've always been very well looked after. I think I'd have to have a very distinctive win over him to get a points decision, and I don't really like points decisions myself. I like a stoppage or a knockout. There's no argument, you know what I mean? There's no your opinion, my opinion. I knocked him out and that's the end of it, so that's the way I like it.
It would appear that the knockout is maybe really your only life jacket there, the only way to go. Most guys will tell me, oh, I'm not looking for the knockout, but if it comes... But I've seen you in there, I've heard what you've had to say. It seems like you're looking for the knockout. Is that just basically the one strategy?
Again, not so much looking, but I've got 12 rounds to land one punch, you know what I mean? So... It's a long time to land one punch, yeah, so it's good. So I'm definitely going to be moving and jabbing and trying to box more. I'm not just the thug that's got a big punch, but when it's there, I'm going to hit it, yeah.
Now, it seems like you've been out of the ring for quite some time, so finding that one punch in 12 rounds may not be the easiest thing. Conditioning-wise, how do you make it to the 12th round if that's when the fight has to go down for you?
We had the fight against Shagayev, which was obviously 12 rounds again. I was in great condition for that, and we've built on that since then. So I think I'm actually in better condition than I was for the Shagayev fight, fitness and all that sort of stuff. So I've got no problems with 12 rounds at all.
Now, we've got to discuss what he brought up at the press conference, especially on my side of the pond. He's made a big issue of this racial charge he's put against you, yeah, saying you call him an orangutan, and that's a racial thing against blacks. You want to explain where you're coming from with this?
Okay. It was just the fact that he had long arms, and that's what I looked at it from. I asked my girlfriend, who's also Jamaican, and she thought it was funny. Obviously, I think when you look at it from a UK point of view or an American point of view, there's obviously more background and history in that regards, where Australia is just not. And I think we're different people in Australia as well in terms of what we do say and are allowed to say and sort of let things slide, etc. So I asked her, she said it was funny, and I put it up. So it was just in regards to long arms. It wasn't regarding anything else. And yeah, my trainer's from South Africa, and he's also said as well, he goes, if I wanted to insult him, I'd call him a monkey, not a gorilla, like an ape, you know what I mean? So again,
I'm not sure you want to make that distinction.
No. The fact is, I'd rather just sort of leave it where it was and never bring it up again. It was about his long arms, and that was it. So I apologise, obviously, to everyone who I've offended. And yeah, my kids are half Filipino. My current girlfriend's Jamaican. It's just, yeah, it's not me.
Now, I imagine part of the reason you may not like the guy that he is because he brings up these insensitive things. Now, that was maybe an insensitive comment. Maybe what you're saying is true, and it was something that you did by accident. But again, he's brought up the drug testing issue and whether or not you're clean and whether or not you've ever fought clean. So it must be addressed.
Well, the fact is, he got done for the same thing. Yeah, he got done for a pre-workout, which is the same as myself. That was the second time, obviously. The first time, I was completely cleared. Had a hair follicle sample test, had lie detector tests, I had everything possible that we could have been done. The WBA have cleared me, and I'm the former world champ. You know what I mean? So it's done.
Now that we've addressed those bits, let's turn ourselves back into the ring. And what you do strategically against a guy like Dillian Whyte, he's been busy. He's, again, seeming fitter than usual. Technically, how do you not only not lose all 11 rounds or get knocked out in the process, but land that signature punch that can turn maybe boxing history around and give you the shot that he's been expecting?
I think he's very emotionally driven. So it'd be more getting into his head and making sure he is at a point where he's going to make mistakes and things like that. I'm extremely calm all the way around. Always am, always will be. So it's more of a matter of getting into his head and making him emotional.
Since you're a knockout guy, give me a round in which you think you can work towards that knockout.
You never know, man, honestly. It might be the first punch I land. You never know. It could be the last punch I land. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is I got heavy power and it's coming.
And lastly, you got a million tattoos here. I got a few of my own, so there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. I thought that was a teardrop for a second on the side of you, but it looks a bit like a crown. Okay. Just break these two down for me since they're right under your eyes.
This is for my father when my father died. So instead of having one of the big memorial ones,
it's a tear.
That's me. Yeah, it's the actual teardrop for my father, and that's just the crown. I just
Whose crown? What crown?
My crown.
All right, because in America you get a teardrop. I thought maybe you killed somebody.
Unfortunately, the way society is at the moment, none of those things ever mean anything anymore. Like it really has flipped the script and all that sort of stuff. So none of that it means anything anymore.
Well, may your father rest in peace. That's the best reason to have a teardrop. That's much better than killing a guy.
Right, exactly.
And hopefully you don't kill anybody Saturday night. But for your sake, maybe you come out victorious and put him to sleep for a little while. Radio Raheem with Lucus Browne. We'll see you Saturday night against Dillian Whyte at the O2 Arena. Pleasure to talk to you, man.